Uh, Hi, participants will be starting the session in a couple of minutes. Hi, sir. Should we start the meeting? Uh, Rajni ma'am, Ajit sir, can we start the meeting?
2 minutes. Just wait 2 minutes.
Okay, okay,
We
sure.
will start after 2 minutes.
Patrick Lynn would request you to please be on mute. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon,
Yeah.
everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Sure. Sir, ma'am, I'll introduce and start the session now.
Yeah, you can start.
Yeah, sure. Good afternoon and warm welcome to the group interaction with the management of IRCTC, being represented by Ms. Rajni, Chairman, CMD, and Mr. Ajit, Director Finance and CFO of the company. The format of the session will be there will be a brief opening remarks from the management, and post which we'll open the floor for a Q&A session. Uh, Ma'am, please go ahead with any of the opening comments on how is the current demand scenario and all. Yeah.
A good afternoon to everyone. Well, it has not been a earning call.
Rajiv, could you please be on mute?
Yeah. Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Well, it is not an earning call, but still, how the things have been moving in the country has impacted the IRCTC business also. There are a few positive news also, and negative is that the Omnicon is ahead. And the positive is that the catering services of the cooked food are getting restored, which we have posted in the stock exchange website also. So the loss, since the cooked food is getting gradually restored in the various trains, so earning prospects seems to be better in the coming days to come. How much it is going to be there as of now, we cannot predict. So maybe after discussion, once we have one-to-one discussion and the question answer session, I may be addressing few of them. And the tourism is also taking off well. We are also running lot many trains for the states also and otherwise also. Overall, the tourism and hospitality business has gained a momentum. So our cities is also beneficiary out of that. So with this note, I think we can go straight to the question answer session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Participants, please unmute and go ahead with your question.
And raise hand also, so we can queue the question in.
Yeah. Please use the raise hand option or can unmute and go ahead with the question.
So, ma'am, I have a few questions. With the new variant, the threat to the industry, and travel and tourism has a higher impact when this the new variant what we are talking about. It can you talk about the what the currently any update on that? What kind of impact you are seeing currently, and do we have any threat to the our overall the two segments, the ticketing and also in the cook food segment?
Well, as far as the ticketing is concerned, in the month of, if I compare with the month of a November, otherwise also the December is not that good. It is only in the middle of a December we pick. But somehow you might have read in the newspaper also that the second desk component of the reserved category, which was given as an additional business during the COVID period, is going to be retained by ministry. Ministry in one of the newspaper have given the declaration also. So that addition is going to be continue with us. And the you said the impact of the Omnicon in the overall travel and trade. Well, we have seen few cancellation, very few, but that has impacted our profitability marginally, but not the operations. So yes, some fear might seems to be there, but actually it is impacting the travel as a whole, and there are massive cancellation, etc. That we have not noticed yet. It is only in a few in the luxury segment where we are supposed to run few charters. There we have noticed few cancellation because that is a different segment who actually travels with us. And in the deluxe segment also we have seen, yes, 2 or 3% of up to 5% cancellations happening because of this reason. So some impact have started pouring in, but as we see that the situation is not deteriorating further, we can hope for the good, and let's see how the government and the state government reacts to the situation.
Thank you so much. Participants, please use the raise hand option or unmute and go with the question. Yeah. Penny, could you please go to the question?
Thank you for taking me for the question. I would like to know about.
Just a second. Abhijit, could you please be on mute? There is some noise coming from your end. Thank
Can
you
you
so
hear
much.
me?
Yeah, please go ahead with the question.
Yeah. Thank you for taking me about the question. I would like to know about the traffic volume, like the tickets, compared to the pre-COVID. Like right now, the level is what the percentage of the pre-COVID level about the ticket volume? Thank you.
Ma'am, we are not able to hear you.
Well, I have not been able to hear your question very clearly. If I have understood it correctly, it is the
Mhm.
comparison of the business pre-COVID and the post-COVID. If you want to know the specific business or the overall business you would like to know,
The ticket business and the overall business. Thank
ticketing.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ticketing is better than the pre-COVID levels because of the addition of a new class, that is the 2S, which is now contributing around 40% of the total revenue from the ticketing and the total booking of the ticketing.
So only the catering and the tourist business right now is under pre-COVID level, but the rail near and ticketing is above the pre-COVID.
Before pre-COVID, I think during pre-COVID period, we have only 3 classes of travel. That was 3 to 4 classes of travel. That is AC 2-tier, AC 3-tier, AC chair car, executive, depending upon the train. And we have a sleeper class in the budget segment. Now in the budget segment, another category which used to be unreserved earlier now has also turned into reserved. That is the 2S category. That is an additional business in the budget segment. So the AC category which was there with us is continue to be with us, and the additional category is this 2S. That is around 41% of the total business of the ticketing.
Okay, got that. And do you think it will be like permanent change about this kind of the changes after pandemic, or you think it will be like one-off?
Well, nothing in this world is permanent because that you know that Omnicon is ahead and not many transitions are happening in the industry. So we need to keep our fingers crossed and wait for the good.
Okay, thank you. And I would like to ask more about like the ticketing revenue. So, in your perspective, do you think that the growth driver will be the traffic volume or the ticket volume, or it will be the pricing? Thank you.
I've not been able to get
A
you.
quant participant named Quant MF. Could you please be on mute? Participant named Quant MF.
Moderator, can you please elaborate the question or repeat the question for?
Okay.
Yeah, Penny,
yeah.
please go with your question.
Yeah. I would like to know about the main growth driver in your perspective. You think it will be the volume of the ticket or the pricing of the ticket?
Sorry, I was on mute.
Thank you.
The convenience fee charges, because IRCTC is concerned with the convenience fee charges only. So we are going, as far as the present scenario is concerned, we have just passed through a very bad phase of a COVID. So we don't want to put any additional burden. As far as the current scenario is concerned, we don't have any intention of increasing these convenience fee charges.
Okay, got that. Thank you. And I will pass the opportunity to other investors.
Did you ask anything else? I'm not able to. I couldn't get you in the last.
No, ma'am. No questions from her end. Participants, please use raise hand option or unmute and go with your question.
Abhijit has a question, right? Abhijit, you can go ahead.
Abhijit, you are on mute. Could you please unmute and go with your question?
Yeah. So, ma'am, the few question side, when we talk about the price increase in catering business, and we were expecting everything is going to be normal, and we are going to increase the price and the license fee also. So with the new virus coming up, do you think it is going to be a delay again? And what's your view on that? When we can have an increase in the prices?
अभिजीत जी आपका जो न्यूज है वो अपडेटेड नहीं है perhaps because when we are starting the trains, the cooked food in the trains, it is starting with the increased rate only. That tariff increase was to be there on from 23rd of March. It was destined to happen on 28th of March 1920, but it could not happen Abhijit ji because of that, because of the COVID. But abhi jab gaadiyan start hui, when the train started this time, all tendering and etc. It is opening with the increased tariff only. The only thing is that the trains are gradually getting restored out of the 417 trains. Because the lot of tendering work and license fee payment etc. is concerned, we have restored only 144 trains today, and gradually we would be adding more and more trains. I think by 31st or 15th of January, next earning con call, we would have started all the trains with the increased tariff only.
Anyone would like to ask question can raise hand or directly unmute and ask. Yeah, Penny, you can go ahead.
So, sorry, I have another question about the catering segment. Catering segment. I want to know about like during the pandemic, you are mandated to only serve the ready to cook food, right? But right now, it seems like it openly mandate. So, can you talk more about these two kind of food impact on your margin side? Thank you.
Well, Penny, when we were serving ready to eat food, our because we work on a licensee model, our license fee had reduced to 1/4 or 1/3 of the license fee that we were getting earlier. But with the cooked food, our old contracts, in 30% of the cases, our old contracts were there. Those were pre-COVID contracts and they were the long-term contracts. Their duration was left. So those around, I think in the 160 cases, 150 case, such cases, those contracts have been restored. So the old license fee has been restored with the increased tariff. So that the incremental benefit we are going to gain out of that, of course, because the tariff has increased in those contracts also. And the rest of the contracts which are going to be awarded are fresh. There, this factor has already been built in. So one can anticipate better fees than the pre-COVID level, of course, in the upcoming contracts also. So, and when you ask the difference is that earlier you were getting only 30% of the license fee, and now you are getting, of course, 100%, or in few cases where the competition is more, you will get a good license fee also. The ready to eat option is still there as an option, where if the customer desires, and where we have not been able to award the contract in the cooked food model, because there are around 244 trains for which the tendering process is on, and very soon this will be over by 31st of December. All tenders have been floated, and many of them, I think 48 to 50 have been decided also. There is a procedure that when we award a contract, we have to give time of a 1 week for depositing the dues, security deposit and the license fee. That is also happening side by side. So gradually licensees are taking over the train. And the difference I have already explained, though you can anticipate the increase in the license fee could be on the gainer side. Of course, figures I cannot tell you because this is not an earning call. And our results are not yet ready for the Q3.
Yeah, participant, you would like to ask question can directly unmute or raise hand.
Sumant, this is Pratik here. Can I go ahead?
Yeah,
with a couple
Pratik.
of
Yeah,
questions?
go ahead. Go
Yeah, hi ma'am. This is Pratik. I'm from Motilal Oswal Equity Sales Team. Just a couple of questions. One of the questions is, of course, related to the convenience charges. I am sure you must have got a lot of that. Just wanted to know how can one expect some stability in this, because a couple of years before the COVID, the charges were removed. Then again, government was paying you all some compensation for that. Then again, they were reintroduced. Then again, this news came in. So how can an investor think that when will the stability come in this particular piece, because it really impacts the sentiments?
I think the that particular episode where the convenience fee was shared is now settled. At that time also I said ki we need to move on, and um, as far as the stability is concerned, after that I think consolidation of the share price has also taken place, and things are gradually have settled. And once the
I,
instability is not
I
because of all this instability, is more of because of the pandemic and the fear of the upcoming Omicron variant, that may disturb us more than anything else. That is what we in the travel business, all of us are feeling. Gradually, the industry is restoring. The fear of the virus coming again may disturb us. That will, of course, going to impact, if it is going to be there, may impact the all business segments, Anuragji.
okay, thank you so much. I mean, since you mentioned this risk of Omicron, are we seeing any cancellations of tickets? Because a large hotel chain just announced that they are seeing this.
Not yet, not yet, because the intensity is, you might have seen through the channels, etc. The cases are still very less. So we are hoping for the good, and it is we'll be able to combat that. That is what we are perceiving. Unlike other countries, India so far is having a good signal. Travel is happening. People are traveling. New things are getting inaugurated, and the new trains are also moving. Our new establishments are also coming up. So whatever was in the pipeline, we are also throwing early in the market so that we can get better results.
Get that. Thank you. And my last question will be, just yesterday I saw the news that Railways is planning to invite private players for operating trains. How does it change the competitive landscape for you?
No, you said the private trains, no?
Yes, yes. How does it change the competitive landscape for you?
Because in private trains, if we have become one of the bidders and participate, we may get few trains, we may not, because it's going to be a tendering process. So if we get the trains, we are able to operate and we are able to make good profit, then it is going to be gainer side. It all depends on the market and the route that you win. So yes. And as far as our strength is concerned, we are the so far no other player other than IRCTC has run a private train in the industry. So we have that in edge. And we continue to have, because we are the operator of the tourist train, we are the operator of the luxury train, we are also operator of the budget trains, and we are also operator of the corporate train like Tejas. So that strength and that mileage we have, and we continue to have. If the tender is there, the only thing is we participate. If we are earlier we had participated, that tender has been discharged. Now we, if the tender comes again, the IRCTC would certainly be a good bidder for them, and will take a call depending upon the tender and the
Okay,
conditions
great.
of the
Thank you
tender,
so
of
much.
course. Right.
Thank you so much, and all the best, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anurag, you can go ahead. So anyone would like to ask question can raise hand.
Yeah.
Anurag,
Hello,
yeah.
ma'am. Anurag here from Rohase. Ma'am, how much is our current share in the overall railway ticketing, and your perspective on will it sustain going forward or increase further?
The share of internet ticketing revenue in the
Yes,
last
ma'am.
half yearly, it was sharing. I think it was a major component was given by the ticketing only. More than 50% was through the ticketing, and ticketing and the rail neer were the two components in the last half year which were in profit. Catering was where the losses we had reduced, and the losses were reduced to only 4 crores. With the change in the scenario and the cooked food coming in, we may find certain changes in the revenue segment this year. And tourism also gradually picking up, because all segments are picking up. And Tejas train, our corporate trains are doing well because of the festival season and getting good bookings this time. So uh, The percentage wise, I will not be able to share you before the earning con call for this quarter. The half yearly figures are already there, where it is contributing to around more than 50%.
Actually, my question was regarding our share in the total ticket booked in the
Oh,
railway.
it is 81%.
81.
81% going to be 82 perhaps this month.
Okay, so that how do you see? Will it sustain going forward, or you see further increase in that share?
Abhi, just now I have told that earlier we were fearing that the 2S component may not be continue as a reserve segment. But there is a news in the newspaper where some clarification has been given by ministry. Although I have not received any direct clarification from the communication from the Ministry of Railways, I have come to know through newspapers only that we will share with you. That I'm sharing with you that this 2S component is going to remain as a reserve. If it is going to be remain as a reserve, that component is going to be there. So the trend of ticketing which you see as of now may become a routine trend for the days to come.
Okay, sure, ma'am. And ma'am, on the hotel, bus, and other airline ticket booking side, we were planning some advertising campaigns, etc., to increase the awareness. So, how is the progress there, and how do you see this segment panning out over next couple of years?
See, as far as the allocation of the marketing budget is concerned, we have not allocated much budget because we are working on a commission model. So we would like to uh, sell these properties through the mileage that we have using our own database by cross selling. That we are on push notification, mailers, etc. The available digital medium is already working, and we have seen some incremental bookings in that also, in both the businesses, in the hotel also as well as the bus and the affiliate marketing also. We have seen certain improvements.
Okay, ma'am, that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Anyone would like to ask question can raise hand or directly unmute and ask. So, ma'am, can you? The question is in the chat box. Can you talk about the overall rail nil capacity expansion and overall our market share in water segment when we talking about overall train or platform and train consumption?
Really, packaged drinking water in the normal pre-COVID period use was contributing around, I think, 13% of our total revenue. And with the change in the scenario, with the cooked meal coming in and the food being served in the Rajdhani, Shatabdi, and Duranto, the same market is gradually getting restored. But in winters, the supply of water in any case used to be less. So that momentum of the April, May, June may not be there, which we had already lost because of the second wave of the COVID. But the rest of the thing we are in position to supply, and everywhere wherever the stations are mandatory, and we are not leaving any stone unturned. Wherever we can supply, we are supplying the water, and we have water available in plenty. We have captured all the lost all the markets which we had missed because of non-running of the trains. Gradually the trains are getting restored, so we are gradually capturing the market, and gradually our production levels are picking up. If you ask me about the capacity, as of now, IRCTC has a capacity to produce around 14.8 lakh liters water a day. And our capacity is going to increase with the addition of 5 more plants, which will be coming by 23. So by doing so, as of now, we are supplying to 70 to 80%, 70% of the water, 60 to 70% of the water as of now. Then we would be in position to supply more. You might be wondering how much water are we supplying these days. These days we are supplying around 7 to 8 lakh bottles, because in winters the requirement in any case reduces, and the railway has also done certain rationalization at, so footfall at the station is gradually picking up, so is our sales. So maybe the next 3 months are going to be a test, and the summers will also set in when we close our financial year. And by the time after February onwards, the requirement of the water will also increase. And if we come up with all the plants, then we would be in position to supply around 80% of the requirement of the water in the uh, railways. So rail business has a, and as far as the rail water business is concerned, it was running into profit as per our last half quarter, the last half yearly result, and the second quarter result also. So this month our results are not yet published, so we need to wait for that. We look, I think good days looking ahead.
So,
These are
ma'am,
the more trains have come.
you talked about 13% market share in packaging segment.
Total revenue, I said.
Acha, you said
Total
total.
revenue. We don't,
Okay.
because our market is primarily railway and we don't sell this water outside.
Okay. Okay. And overall with the new, you are talking about 80% water supply. Currently, it is 60 to
In
70% water supply. We are
in the railway, in the
in
railways,
railway. Okay,
railway
and
domain.
it is going to increase to 80%.
Yes.
Okay. 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 And with this what is the utilization level, and can we expect a margin expansion with increasing utilization in the segment?
See, because of the COVID, the capacity utilization of the plant was running at very minimal level. It was running to, at times it had gone below 20% also. Now it has picked up around 38 to 40%. It has come up, but we can certainly go up to 80% in the season, in the seasons coming. And we are also, yeah, we had a good profit in the last 1920. I think when our revenue was around more than 200 crores, 222 crores was our revenue from the packaged drinking water. So capacity utilization will go up as the more and more production is required. It's all sale driven. You increase sales, production increases.
You said it can go to 80% utilization, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Participant would like to ask question can raise hand or directly unmute and ask. Ma'am, talking about overall the tourism segment. So overall, is the currently there is a lot of demand in the leisure side, and we have seen the overall higher occupancy currently. So how is the demand currently, considering this year end and this quarter? Can you talk about the what is happening in this segment?
IRCTC into the land packages also, we are into the air packages also, we are into the train tours also. All three segments are seeing good business coming up, but at the same time, we are keeping our fingers crossed because the variant has come up. So let's see. I said we have seen few cancellation marginally, even in the luxury segment also. Even in the luxury segment also. So in the luxury, but inbound is not happening. Golden Chariot is also not happening. So some Golden Chariot, some charter business, although we have received, so we would be running that charter business. The things looks better than the the COVID level, but the normalcy where we used to get lot of state businesses, that will come little later. Maybe the things stabilize more in the industry. When the international flights are resumed, visa restrictions are done away with, and the thing normalizes more as far as the international business is concerned. As far as the religion-based tourism is concerned, we are there. We are back.
A few questions in the chat box, ma'am. The question is, what is the opportunity size of 2S?
41%.
No, that is a percent. Oh, okay. Of the total booking, what is the? This is the maximum, because is it running at the maximum utilization? Now I am talking about number
It
wise.
is very difficult to say whether it is running maximum because it is the requirement. As of now, we are getting 41% of our total booking number. Booking number
Okay.
I am talking about is of
Okay.
the 2S.
So what is the total 2S category size of what we are catering the booking?
This is how the railway moves. Whatever inventory, it is all reserved, whatever they have started.
Okay.
So the overall percentage of the ticket booking, out of that 41% is the 2S. It all
Okay.
depends upon the booking. I'm telling you, I
Okay.
can only tell you about the booking.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise,
number-
if you ask me the reserved component, total component अभी तक जो लग रहा है, that is around 12 lakhs or so.
12 lakh. Okay.
12 lakh inventory is there one day.
Okay. In one day.
Uh,
12 lakh one day you are talking about, ma'am.
one day.
One day. Okay. So that is a maximum, and you can might be booking will be 80%, 70%.
जी
Correct?
जी
Okay.
जी.
Okay. Participant, you would like to ask question can raise hand or directly unmute and ask. So, ma'am, the question is we have seen with the 2S the introduction, overall our margin profile has also improved a lot. So, can you talk about overall when we are maintaining our site overall, and when the ticket ticket size, opportunity size has increased with the 2S, our margin profile has increased. So, can you talk about this in this segment? What is the fixed cost currently we have? Because the cost is variable cost is very minimal. So, can you talk about the cost structure of this segment?
Well, if you ask me, the margin in this segment is fairly high. And in the last half yearly, the total revenue generated from this segment was around 337 crores. So and the total revenue from this segment was around 416 crores. So the 100 crore or so was the expenditure, because the fixed now we are going to have, because we are going to replace the infrastructure. Last year, and because of the COVID, which we could not do, and the capex of 100 crores we had envisaged that we would be spending. The rest is the, I think, net bandwidth cost or the network cost and the manpower cost which is involved in maintaining. So the margins may reduce a bit marginally once we are through with our tenders and we start replacing our infrastructure. Otherwise, the trend is going to remain the same.
So that is the capex, ma'am. The overall, you said 100 crore cost between the EBIT and your revenue, right? So this is 100 crore cost between the revenue and EBIT. When you subtract revenue minus EBIT is 100 crore. In this 100 crore, how much is fixed and how much is variable? And this is going to maintain, right?
Going to fixed only. It is going to be fixed, Abhijit ji. It is going to be fixed only. Because variable तो हमारा expenditure में आ रहा है ना. It is in the expenditure only. That is the operating expenditure.
Okay. Okay. So that is a fix, and this 100 crore is going to be there in this level only.
So it is going to be there for the 5 years. It is going to sustain for the again 3 to 4 years. Once the technology changes, again we will change. Again we may have to spend. Then few more manpower tenders may come in. So it depends. It varies from year to year. If the technology changes leap bounds, then we will change the entire thing. Then we would be spending even more. It all depends how the things take shape. As of now, the technology has not changed much. So our capex plans remains the same.
So that is a one time, no, ma'am. That whatever the technological upgradation you will do, that is a one time.
Yes.
That is not your regular fixed cost. Regular fixed cost. That is 100 crore is a fixed cost. There might be some inflation in that.
Inflation will also be there, and there may be some add-ons, new add-ons, because of the change technology may be also be there.
So 100 crore fixed cost for the H1, and similar kind of will be there there for the H2 also, right?
Right.
Okay. Participant would like to ask question can raise hand or directly unmute and ask.
I think I may have to take a leave for 5 minutes. There's an urgent call from Railway Board. Till such time, Mr. Abhijit, Mr. Ajit would be answering, our Director of Finance. He would be answering.
Okay,
I'll take a leave for just 2 minutes.
okay, no problem, no problem. I think we are almost done. Participant, can do we have any other question or anyone would like to ask question? Can raise hand or unmute and ask. I think we can. That's it. Do we have any other question, Pratik?
No, nothing from my.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you, Ajit ji, and thank you IRCTC management to participate our conference. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. We can now close this session. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your time.